Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is available on your Nintendo Switch or PC. And in this video, I want to go over all the details that we got in the San Diego Comic-Con Capcom presentation, which was actually called World of Capcom panel, which took place yesterday afternoon. Now, when I made the original video talking about it as they announced this presentation happening, I didn't necessarily know if we're going to be live streaming it at all. Usually now, whenever they have these Comic-Con presentations, these companies, both Square Enix and Capcom, have kind of decided to showcase brand new details regarding their games that they're promoting. And for the most part, they choose to actually live stream these events. But for some reason, this one was not live streamed. They showcased stuff for Street Fighter 6, which I've already seen other Street Fighter YouTubers go crazy for. They spoke about Exo Primal. They spoke about Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. They spoke about, I believe, one of those like arcadey pixel art remasters of like old games with collections type games. And they, of course, spoke about Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So in this video, of course, we're just going to focus about the things that they spoke when it came to Sunbreak. Now, if you've been paying attention to my channel, you already know that they showcased some Lucent Nargacuga gameplay. This was the first look that we got for the first free title update monster that is going to be appearing next month. Huge shout out to BN Motive. I'm going to leave a link in the description now, this time for actually their long extended video that they posted after the presentation was over. It's about 58 minutes long. They showcased the entire presentation. They were recording it on their mobile device and they actually captured the entire thing. This is how we actually got to see all the details of the actual presentation. I'm also going to be leaving a link in the description below for Shincry's Twitter account. This is the person who actually took some pictures as well closer to the screen of the actual Lucent Nargacuga. I posted that in the comments yesterday, but I'm actually going to showcase them in the video. You should have seen them already as the video is playing in the background. So once again, huge shout out to BN Motive for the actual Lucent Nargacuga gameplay and Shincry for the actual screenshots of Lucent Nargacuga. Now, one of the things that I mentioned yesterday was that I thought that this monster was only available in 4 and 4U. I was wrong. It was actually only in 3 Ultimate apparently and hasn't made an appearance in any other game. So thank you for those in the comments who decided to point that out. Now, when it comes to the actual presentation, the whole Monster Hunter section was probably about 5.5 minutes long. It wasn't very long at all. They opened showcasing the last trailer that we got to see where they teased Basil Geese and the upcoming roadmap that we have seen right now. So I'm going to be showing that on the screen right now. Pretty much the roadmap we have seen. Nothing necessarily surprising there. And the last trailer that we got to see officially. Now, last night I did mention that basically they were probably today at some point, either at 3 o'clock in the morning here us in North America, or like middle of the day Japan, they were most likely going to end up uploading the actual gameplay of Lucent Nargacuga up online. I kind of thought they were going to do that. I'm not sure if they already have. Disregard this section of the video if they've already done so. Obviously, I will be covering that regardless, but in this video, I'm going to focus more on the San Diego Comic-Con presentation side of things. But if they showcase that, we're most likely going to get a better look at what we actually got to see in that presentation. They did put up a graphic there in the San Diego Comic-Con that basically summarized the game a little bit. They didn't necessarily provide anything new when it comes to just stuff that we already know in that regard. They did specifically mention, though, that the free title updates that we've only seen some of the monsters, and I quote, lots of monsters have not been seen. This is something that they directly mentioned in that presentation. They had one of the developers there, but I wasn't able to actually make out the audio as to who it was actually there. So they were actually sitting with the audience. They didn't actually get to speak or anything like that. So even if they did, it would have been in Japanese. Somebody would have translated it. But regardless, they didn't really get to see much of that at all. So one of the things that I also want to point out is that the clip that I actually shared yesterday was actually a shortened version of the longer version of the gameplay clip. I didn't see the longer version until much afterwards into this entire clip. The whole presentation was actually uploaded, but we did get to see actually the camp, the starting camp that you do have at Forlorn Arena. So you do get to see at the very least a little bit of that. They cut away into the introduction of the hunt, and then in the middle of the hunt, after a couple of seconds or so, they make another cut as well. So there's a couple of cuts in that actual gameplay. So it's not like just a raw gameplay hunt of like from start to like, let's say a minute into the hunt. That's not what we're seeing. We're actually seeing highlighted cut sections of it. So, you know, it is interesting in that regard. But we do get to see the camp, which we did not get to see yesterday. I was simply just not aware that that was actually a section that they showed off in the presentation. Some of the people in the comments were actually pointing out that the tail attacks do give you poison. Those were extremely dangerous in the past. It does seem extremely aggressive, way more aggressive than base Nargacuga. That is, of course, a given. It is a rare species after all. And, of course, it is going to be a flagship monster for the free title update, kind of like Basil is going to be as well. So, you know, that's going to be a given. I am going to shut up for a second though and show you guys the actual thing so you can hear the whole theme of it and how it's actually sounded. I am also going to apologize ahead of time for the bad crackling noises. Again, this was most likely recorded on a phone, so it doesn't sound all that great. And if you probably have your audio set to high, probably turn it down a little bit since there is going to be a lot of crackling. It's about 30 seconds or so, so do enjoy the little gameplay clip with the full audio. After they showed Lucent Nargacuga gameplay, they spoke about the free title updates, and once again they reiterated that more monsters are coming, but they did not go into many details as well. And once again, they reiterated that more monsters are, gonna be revealed in the future, and that is gonna be in August. We're at the end of July, so just stay tuned for a little bit longer. So basically, they're saying like early August, expect more news. Again, I do expect them to put up this Nargacuga gameplay clip sooner rather than later. Most likely it's already been posted, I presume. But if they don't, then expect this to happen within the next week or so. Then they went over just basic things that we already know. They spoke about if you want to play Sunbreak, you need to, of course, have played the base version of Monster Hunter Rise, and you need to have beaten the Narwa quest to access Sunbreak. They spoke about helper gear being available for free people to go ahead and download, a couple of free item packs as well. This is all stuff that was available for Sunbreak on day one, so nothing necessarily new there. They also reiterated that there are some demo spots for people to be able to play Sunbreak, the demo version of it, out on the show floor, and that's going to be available as well. And if you want to play it at home, they have a demo for the eShop and all of that. So they were just basically telling people like just the basic stuff that we've kind of already known. I think the biggest thing that they wanted to focus on was showcasing Lucent Nargacuga, and pretty much that was it. This is why I was kind of like very surprised, first and foremost, that they decided not to stream this thing, but more importantly that we know in the most recent San Diego Comic-Cons, or just most of the Comic-Cons period, both Square Enix and Capcom, for whatever games that they are promoting, they end up choosing to actually showcase something new. Whatever it is, whatever the game is, they end up showing something. Whenever they have a panel, they want to give those people something of a special treat, and that is what they decided to do specifically when it comes to Lucent Nargacuga. So again, it was just weird that they decided not to live stream it, but other than that, thankfully, someone was able to actually capture it, were able to share it with you guys, and that is the entire point. Disseminating information and making sure that everybody gets to see it who didn't get a chance to in the original, presentation, which again, you had to be in California to actually see, and it wasn't streamed worldwide, so the rest of the people, especially in Japan, would have gotten a chance to see it. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.